Wake up, Waco, guys. Christopher Key here with the Christopher Key Show. We're going to go into Flat Earth Dave on this wonderful moon mission. And we want to talk about that. And before we conclude everything, we really want to go back into Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk assassination. I'd called Dave up a couple of weeks after it happened and told him we had to break this down, and we did. And now you've got Alex Jones, Candace Owens, even Joe Rogan talking about this. But before we go into that, Flat Earth Dave, can you help us understand how we found the technology to go back to the moon? How did that happen? Because I've been hearing, and I know you had that beautiful video that said that we actually lost that technology. Can you show that video? Can you talk about that real quick? They lost the technology, but they found it now.
Right.
And it was so priceless, all the videos that have come out now, that I believe this whole thing was staged. This was CGI, and their whole story's falling apart. And what do you think about them doing on April Fool's Day? Was that just a slap in the face?
Oh, 100%. Let me quickly share my screen, because this is great that you brought that up, because I do want to share this. So let me share with sound. This is a 17-second clip. Everybody, listen up. Here we go.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Now, have you seen Don Pettit talk other times?
Yes.
He sounds, without being disrespectful, he sounds a little impaired in the upper skeleton area. Would you say?
Yes.
Okay, and that's probably one of his most well-spoken things he said. Other times he is just, it's worse and worse. When they were looking for one more astronaut for the ISS, and they put out an ad worldwide or nationwide, I forget, and they got something like 40,000 applications. And they chose Don Pettit. Okay? Just think about that for a second. Think of fighter pilots. Think of like Top Gun, or just look at these guys. These are like the smartest engineers, physically fit. You got Don Pettit they chose. That just shows you how faking messed up the entire system is.
Well, you talking about actors. Did you see the whole thing with that one woman? She was in what movie was that?
I forget the name of the movie. It was the Mad Max movie. She was
Mad Max.
Yes. So she was an actress, right? It's always funny. There are actresses, and then the head guy Duffy that runs NASA, they call him the acting director. Why do they always say acting director? And in one of his speeches, he talked about these astronauts. He said 2 are direct from central casting. He just threw that in, never expounded on it. 2 are from central casting. I mean, I think it's revelation of the method. They're always telling us what they're going to do.
Now, did you see the video as it's taken off? The 4 pods come rushing down.
So that I think that is a truth or trap, because they gave us 7 different views of that. They wanted us to see it. So everybody remembers, maybe not everybody does, but in the Apollo mission, they showed the escape slide that brings them into a room underneath. This is basically the same thing. This is an escape tram. Because if somebody needs to escape, that means the rocket's real and it goes up into the air, into space, and therefore the Earth is a globe. These are all just deep programming things. These are it's kind of a truth or trap, but if you think about it, their excuse could be very easy. Is if there's a problem and the astronauts needed to get out and get into the cam, and the cam didn't release because of another problem, there's an auto release when the rocket takes off, because that's exactly when to let go. And so that's just a fail safe. That's all they'll say. And it goes away, and they weren't in there. No astronauts were even close to that rocket when it was allegedly going off.
Now, the part that I found very amusing, there was one, this globe card that was there, and he's showing video from behind where the rocket's taking off, and he's sitting there showing how beautiful it is, and this is an amazing occasion, and you just gradually see it just continue to turn. Do you have any of those videos where you can just see how it goes up and it just completely turns? I mean, right there in front of us.
Yeah. So this is my friend Aloha from Florida, Keith. He filmed this. Now, I did edit it just for time because I can't show the full thing. And it's barely moving. Think of a rifle bullet. How fast does that go? It goes like 1,700 miles an hour. This thing has to get to 25,000 miles an hour, and it's just lollygagging. Look at the smoke. How fast is it leaving that smoke behind? It has to get up to 25,000 miles an hour. You can't even fathom it. It curves over here. In a moment, it's going to peter out. No one else is going to be able to see anything, and that's it. Oh, it's in space. Wow. It's not even... like if there was clouds in the sky, it's not even above the clouds. So yes, there are real witnesses. This is a real person. I know who filmed this. And if you look at all the videos online, they're all cut at this point before, or even before this point. Keith's video on Facebook got like 1.5 million views overnight. His entire Facebook account is gone. There's no sign of it anywhere. All of our chats are gone. Everything's gone. No explanation. No one to contact.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. And look, that's it. Look, I don't even think it's higher than this little cloud here. This is just a prop to make people, it went into space. And that's it. And I was like, well, it's really slingshotting around the earth. It's absolute and total garbage nonsense. And people just believe it. Because a lot of people say, I can't believe they would do something like that. Well, that's true for you. You just said it. I can't believe. Christopher, I can believe how screwed up the leaders of this world are, how diabolical and evil. That's why I'm able to see it. I don't want it to be true. I'm just looking at the evidence.
But brother, are they getting this sloppy to finally show us? I mean, you have the videos where you can see the extra hand and the cup and all that. I mean, it's all CGI. I mean, they have to be smarter than this. It's almost like they want us to see this now.
I think it's an intelligence test. I think it's revelation of the method. I think they're literally laughing at us with all their stuff. Let me show you a couple things. First, this came out, and they got this image of Earth. Problem is, the sun is on the other side of Earth. This is the dark side of Earth. And then 12 hours later, they released this one, which is the exact same image, just dark. So then they changed it. They're like, it wasn't 12 hours later. It was released 12 hours later. It was taken like a minute later. Right? Have you ever tried to take a picture outside of your car going 50 miles an hour? Right? This thing's going 25,000 miles an hour. The Earth is spinning, traveling at 66,000 miles an hour. And somehow you're able to do a long exposure and get this. Right? So again, they want us arguing. They want us fighting. They want us, nobody knowing what's true. But here's the problem. Think about, a little bit about cameras, right? Long exposure gives you more light. So this is a picture of the first time a woman's profile against the whole ball Earth. First, it's not the whole ball Earth. Wait, this is the dark side of Earth again. Would you ever let somebody with long hair on the space shuttle? No. There's no way. They just do this to mesmerize the children and adults that act like children. But if this is long exposure, how come she's not overexposed? Why? How come just the dark Earth is overexposed? That's impossible. Then we have this one, dark side of the Earth again, why is the inside blown out? And then they show us the moon. It's almost a full moon. Does that look like a full moon? Does that look like a lit moon to you? Does that look like a lit moon? When we look at the moon, it looks like this. Looks like this. But NASA shows us this. Right? This would be a full moon because we got a full Earth. The sun is behind the camera. But why do we see the Earth why do we see it like that? Right? This is not from this mission. This is from NASA a few years ago. This is supposedly the Earth with a drop shadow. It's got a drop shadow. They're that bad. And this is from NASA. Why isn't it a full Earth? What happened to the full moon? What happened to the light? I can read a book at night. It could cast my shadow on the ground. How come we don't have a bright lit moon like we experience here on Earth? Right? This is a full moon. This is a fully lit rock by the sun. How come it doesn't look like the moon? What is this? Right? You know what? Here's the thing, Christopher. People don't think. People don't think. They just hear and they're like, oh, see, I'll just believe. Belief is the enemy of knowing. I believe, anything you believe is just, every time you say I believe something without checking into it, you're just lazy. You're just lazy. You're looking for the easy way out. Just believe it. Right? Christopher, I'm in Connecticut. You can believe it. Right? If you really wanted to know, you'd have to verify. It takes a little time, a little bit of effort. Right? You don't know it. You just believe it because it's the easy thing to do. But we have to go through life believing. Right? The moon is a light in the sky. It's a local light. It does the same thing a local light would do. It's a light in the sky. This isn't a dusty, dirty rock reflecting sunlight. What do you think about that?
Again, this whole thing, when you have critical thinking skills and look into it, it makes logical sense. But again, none of us want to believe that we've been lied to about everything, especially the moon landing and the Charlie Kirk situation, that vaccines kill us and that the FDA, the CDC, the AMA is completely, totally evil. I mean, I don't want to believe these things. But again, I've done the research and I've looked into these things, and these satanic Luciferians want us dead. I mean, it was written in stone in Georgia. They only want 500 million. They built their infrastructure now, and they want you dead. I mean, this is their end game. They want their transhumanism. They want their smart cities, and they're moving forward with this, brother.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I just got to say one thing for just for the police. You're the vaccine police. The police at YouTube. Vaccines are safe and effective, right? We can never say anything other than that. And, so if we have any other opinions, we can say them in ways that, that the Google police won't pick up on. So, of course, safe and effective, just like a guillotine is safe and effective.
Very much so. Do you have any of the videos of when they're inside the pod? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I do. We'll get to that in a second. So this is above the main engine just before takeoff. What is that a spaceship or is that a moon bounce?
Now, is that really? Because I keep seeing that.
This is from the launch. I just clipped this from the launch, the day of the launch. This was literally like 20 seconds before takeoff, maybe 10. And they showed the engines moving. Look at this. That's a spaceship.
I mean, that's a balloon. So how did that balloon take off?
I don't know, right? Let me ask you a question. This is the SR-71 Blackbird. It goes Mach 3.2, right? Using your brain, very easy question, not a trick question. Why is it shaped like a razor blade? Why? Simple answer.
Cut through the air.
Cut through the air. Do you know why it doesn't have any paint on it?
Why?
It doesn't have any paint on it, even with its perfect aerodynamicity, if that's a word. It gets too hot and the paint would burn off. And just from the friction of this razor blade cutting through the air, right? Mach 3.2, right? This bad boy, this is the side of the Artemis ship. This is a big PVC pipe that goes all the way up. It's got these right angle brackets. It's got these protrusions. If I put one of these protrusions on the SR-71, like right here, it would rip apart. When this thing's going 3.2, it can't turn left, right, up, or down, which is a problem for the ball because it would have to turn down just to follow the curve. Like 800 feet per second, I think. It's like a crazy amount of drop per second to follow the curve of the Earth. But it can't, that's a whole nother story. But this thing is not an aero. It can't go 200 miles an hour, in my opinion. So, again, it is absolutely crazy. So the question is, how do we get these videos of them in the spaceship, right? So I think it's a whole combination. I think it's a lot of augmented reality, a lot of CGI, a lot of real-time rotoscoping overlay. Some of it might be done in a zero-G plane, where this is just a studio in a zero-G plane. We never really get to see the fourth wall where they're going. Or, they could be totally in front of green screens. Is this AI? I don't know. Is this did they purposely release this again? Like, they're always showing us all of this stuff. They told us about 9/11. They told us about the COVIDs in 2020. And it's up to us to use our God-given discernment to figure it out. Again, is this a leaked clip, or did somebody make this? Again, showing you how they can hang from wires. We have videos of them getting tangled in their wires all the time.
Now, Dave, there were four astronauts in the ship, correct?
Yes. You're going to talk about the video where they panned over to the window, right?
Well, what I'm talking about, there's four people in the ship.
Yeah.
And you can see all of them being filmed. Who's filming them?
Well, the camera is stationary. There is one video that went out, and I actually made a video on it, where they're all going, hey, like children, and then the camera pans over to the window, and you see the Earth out the window. But that was super low resolution, and it appears to be an AI video. Now, they'll blame it on, flat earthers are doing this, to strengthen their case, when the truth is they're the ones doing it to literally muddy the waters. So I took that video down. But again, when we look at what the stuff they do with wires, check this out. This is on the ISS. This guy comes down. I'm going to zoom in. Look at the wire from his shoulder. Look, you see the wire? Do you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. So we caught them again and again and again. This guy, 2 wires on his waist harness, and then this guy can't hold his knees up. Wait, he's in zero G. Why does he have to why does he have to assist holding his knees up? He has weak stomach muscles. This guy got tangled, grabs the wire, pulls him over. We've all seen this one. And so again, we catch them. Let me ask you a question. You go into space. You can only have like 3.3 pounds of personal items. How many bracelets would you bring? How many children's bracelets would you bring? This guy here is wearing a beaded bracelet. They keep changing their bracelets every day. So they have multiple like kids' bracelets. Why are they wearing bracelets? He's wearing one also. Like it's to show you that it's floating around. It's just to make the illusion. But the next day he has a different bracelet on. And then something goes wrong here. His fingers look a little weird, so he quickly hides them behind his head. And a moment later, he actually made a comment where, he spoke too soon. I actually have a video I can share where there's supposedly like a 9-second delay, and he forgot about the delay and answered immediately. And Trump did the same thing. Let me share that right now. I can share screens. Good. Questions?
Again, this whole thing, I believe, is fabricated. How long have they been putting this together? Because I didn't hear anything about it, and then all of a sudden, I start seeing all these videos or articles that they're about to go to the moon 2 or 3 days before April Fool's, and I thought the whole thing was a con because I hadn't heard anything about it. Did you know anything about this mission before?
Yeah, we knew because we're flat earthers, because we follow NASA, because we troll them. We've known about it for it's been going on for a couple of years, and they kept delay, and then it's finally April 1st, and most of the public lost interest in it. So they finally pulled it off again on April 1st, which is just crazy. So let me share this with you. Listen carefully. Now there's supposed to be delay. Watch the guy on the left.
It looks like he forgot the communication delay, and that's his reaction after noticing this. Listen.
Thumbs up if you're happy with it.
Immediate response and his reaction after he realized he had messed up. And it looks like when he realized he had messed up, he covered up the situation with this joyful facial expression. And now all together.
Start. And we have adjusted the fan speed. We'll take a thumbs up if you're happy with it. Copy, thumbs up.
Totally busted. Totally busted. And then we might as well show our Lord and Savior Donald Trump. he did the same thing. They were talking, and then there was a long delay, and then they came back from the long delay, and I'll play it from there. Where are we? Here we are. And play.
Administrator Alex, I'm going to just get a quick comm check, make sure you guys are still on the line and we didn't have a handover.
I am. Yes, I am.
No delay. Listen again.
And integrity, and back over to you, Mr. President.
Yeah, I think we might have gotten cut off. It is a long distance. It's a long ways. The reception's been great. There's a little bit of about a 9-second delay, but no, I just had a statement for, I don't know what you heard, but I was just saying they're very proud of your brilliant person from Canada on the ship. And Wayne Gretzky is a great friend of mine, and he's very proud of him. And the Prime Minister I spoke to, they're very, very honored that you have a courageous person from Canada. You have a lot of courageous people from Canada. So it was very nice. I'm not sure if you heard me say that.
So they wait.
It was very nice.
Pretend delay, even though they reacted some of the stuff right away. Now watch when they're done speaking.
Yes, Mr. President, we heard that, and we do love our Jeremy Hansen. We love all our Canadian astronauts, Jenny Gibbons, Josh Kutrick. They're just great people, and they're such a welcome addition to our Corps.
Great. Well, I really look forward to...
No delay.
When we can, I look forward to seeing you in the Oval Office.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what people just people just want to believe. They I love space. It's hard to take that away from a grown child.
Dave, go back to the very first one when we walked on the moon. My father was a telephone man, and I always wondered how was it Truman that was able to call and talk to them from his little phone?
It was Nixon. It was Nixon. And
okay,
yeah,
how do they explain how that happened?
They were able to relay it to I think it was a switching station in Australia that transmitted it to the moon. You know what? I used to defend that. I used to be like, yeah, well, that makes sense, and it's going through space, so there's nothing blocking it, and it's such nonsense. Getting into all that. Here, let me show you this. Is this a real photo from them or real fake photo? All their stuff is fake. Is this from them, or did I make it in ChatGPT with a simple command?
I'm guessing you probably made it.
I think I made this whole one, right? I forget. I did make this one. I did make this one. I took this with my camera from my backyard, this one. And I added an Earth. So I guess, I'm just showing you, this is what they gave us. This is the one from Artemis. That's the Earth. This is the moon. Notice all the craters are perfect circles. No asteroids come in at an angle. No meteors come in at an angle and leave a gash. They all make perfect circles. Look how dumb this is.
Can you go back to the photo of the spaceship before it blasted off, where it looked like a balloon? I mean, you took that from their own footage.
Yeah.
No, you did not.
This is from the launch day. Yeah. Where is it? Thruster balloon. There it is. This is from the live footage. They went to it for about 2 or 3 seconds, maybe longer. And this is real time. And it's a friggin' bouncy house.
Now, do you have any of the videos of it splashing down into the ocean?
Oh, do I have a video of it splashing down into the ocean? So they mock us. You know how they're very let me just pull this up. They NASA mocks us all the time with sexual imagery. You're aware of that, right?
Of course.
Okay.
It's in everything.
Yeah.
What I love is the Amazon logo. Anybody out there, please go look up the Amazon logo. It's right there in front of you. I mean, they put sex in everything.
So this is the first picture from SpaceX, and it has sex in the clouds, right? But maybe that's just pareidolia. So let's take a look at the splashdown. Here's the splashdown of Artemis. And for some reason, the rocket's getting dragged to the right. Now think as a 5-year-old immature boy or 13-year-old immature boy. What are you seeing in the water? What are you seeing?
A penis?
A penis and balls, right? This is ready. This is the trajectory for the Apollo mission that NASA put out. This is the tracks on Mars that they showed us. This is another launch they show us. And this is Jeff Bezos and Virgin Atlantic. This is all sex magic. I mean, it gets worse. There's video. There's some other images from NASA that I can't even show because I get my videos taken down for showing explicit sexual stuff, and it's really just pictures from space, according to NASA. Crazy.
It is completely crazy, and this has to stop. And we have to expose this because they're getting away with this. I mean, right now, everything that's going on. I mean, I pray for Trump every day, and what he's doing right now is very interesting. What are your thoughts?
I think that at this point, I don't trust a thing the man does. I pray that I'm wrong. I pray that he's playing 7-degree chess because I have a hard time with 6-degree chess, right? The stuff that he's doing, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, maybe there's a whole bigger plan. I don't know. But this was Artemis 1's flight plan. And we noticed they know exactly when it's going to land in the water, exactly when it's going to hit the atmosphere, exactly where it's going to be, exactly how to connect, with the lander or whatever. They're using a flat Earth map. This is a flat Earth map. Like, why wouldn't they show the globe if it's really going to go around? Show us where it is on the globe. But then after we made videos about it, they changed the graphic to a globe. Literally changed it, no explanation. Isn't that crazy?
Nothing's crazy anymore. I mean, it's not. It's test and prove all things. Not some things, but all things. Right. You'll find the truth. Brother, right now they're killing the chickens because the chickens lay eggs. Everybody's heard about this. And why are they killing the chickens? Because, again, they lay eggs. And the eggs have what's called IGF-1. Insulin-like growth factor. You take this product. Anybody knows anything about synthetic HGH? Any anti-aging doctor in the world will tell you if you want to stay young, if you want to slow down the aging process, you want to do synthetic HGH. I won't have anything to do with that because I can't afford it. It's about $4,000 a month. It's synthetic. You have to inject your subcutaneous fat. And when you do that, your liver transfers into what's called IGF-1. Insulin-like growth factor. Dr. Latini has deer farms in New Zealand. His deer, their antlers are literally the fastest growing substance on planet Earth. They grow an inch a day. And the reason why they grow so fast is a high concentration of IGF-1 that's found at the tip of the antlers. He's been able to extract it out, put in a lipo delivery system that his scientists invented, that they patent, that gives the body 98% absorption. But more importantly, clinical studies to prove that they can increase your IGF-1 levels by 60% if you do the 300,000. Me and Flat Earth Day does the 600,000. We just came out with a 1 millionth nanogram, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now, our men are not men anymore. They've been feminized from the estrogen, all the toxic chemicals in the water, the food, the air. And if you buy the Men's Edge, instead of going and getting men's tea or getting on anabolic steroids, men's tea is completely natural with four herbs that naturally increase your test levels by 40%. If you buy this one product right here, Dr. Latini is going to give you a free bottle of the 300,000. All you have to do is go to getigf1.com. That's getigf1.com. And if you enter coupon code, what was your coupon code, Dave? Do we have it Flat Earth or just Dave?
I think it's FE Dave. FE Dave?
FE Dave.
FE Dave for Flat Earth.
So just enter coupon code FE Dave, and you buy the Men's Edge to increase your test levels by 40%.
Oh, no, it's Flat Earth. You're right. It's Flat Earth.
Flat Earth. Okay.
Yeah.
You enter coupon code Flat Earth, and you'll get that special discount. You've been doing this product now for quite some time. What are your thoughts about it?
The product code is Flat Earth, no spaces. But Christopher, I'll be honest with you. When I first started, I tried it. Oh, I guess it's been a couple of years, and I was kind of on and off it. I wasn't regular, and I was like, you know what? I think I noticed a little bit. But for the last 6 months, maybe more, I've been taking it religiously every day, and I love it. It's really good, Christopher. I feel terrific. I do a lot of things, but I can definitely attribute. I can tell when I don't do it. Like if I stop for a couple of days, but I haven't really stopped for a couple of days in a while. Like I missed a day, and am I noticing a difference? But over time, it really builds up, and if you're consistent about it, you will totally see the difference. So I don't see myself stopping taking this stuff unless something happens. Amazing.
This is one of two products I'll never stop taking because it works, and it works very, very well. Yeah. Again, they're turning our men into females, and we've got to increase their test levels. We've got to increase their IGF-1 levels. But you women, this is also for you. We have a product specifically designed just for women, so we haven't forgotten about you. This has 25,000 nanograms of IGF-1, and if you women get on that product, we'll also give you the 300,000. Instead of going and spending $2,000 to $4,000 a month for growth hormone, you can spend less than $100. And this is going to allow your body to rebuild, to regrow, to rejuvenate, have good hair, great skin. This is the fountain of youth. This is why it's been banned by the NFL, the PGA, Major League Baseball, the NCAA. Dr. Robert Young, our good friend, he's in prison right now. Masterpiece, you know about it. This product right here gets rid of all the toxins, the mercury, the aluminum, the snake venom peptides, the graphene oxide. Alex Jones had Matthew and who's our guy that does the stuff with Havana syndrome?
I forget his name.
Do what?
I forget his name.
Jesse, I can't think of his last name, but they were on the Alex Jones show Friday and Thursday going over Masterpiece. Amazing product to detox the body. So
those are two things I take every day. The Masterpiece, I take it every day religiously. And with all the toxins that are coming out of the sky, that are being stuck into people, shedding from people, that were being force fed, without even knowing it, those are two products I will never stop taking. You can find them on my website. You can find them on the website Christopher gave you. But if you forget it all, just go to flatearthdave.com, and the banners are right there in the sponsor section. And that's all I got to say about that.
Jesse Beltran, he was the one that was with Alex Jones, texting Alex the other day, showing that Alex did not take the COVID vaccine. He did not do the PCR test, but he still had these self-assembling chips inside his body. And this product right here has been able to remove those 90 days. One bottle is 45 day supply. We tell everybody to get at least 2 bottles. And like you said, you can get those off of Flat Earth Dave's website. You can go to knn.world. At the very top, click Masterpiece. It's knn.world, not CNN. Don't be a lip tart and go to CNN and you spell it WORLD. Don't be LD and go to .com or .info. It's knn.world or getigf1.com. So this is how, we're not funded by Big Pharma or Big Ag or Big Government. We're funded by you, the people. And this is products that me and Dave take ourselves that work, and they work very, very well. And that's why they've done everything they can to silence us and not allow these products to get to market instead of these pharmaceutical drugs that are Big Pharma that are taking God's perfect herbs and added petroleum to it. This is what pharmakia is. I believe it's pure evil, but that's my belief. Okay, I'm not a medical doctor, thank God. I would never practice medicine without a license. I tell people what I do and what I do for myself. Flat Earth Dave, I want to go in, and we have to do this. We've got to go into the Charlie Kirk assassination because
let's go there. But give me 1 second. I want to cover just 2 more things and how they're mocking us. Right? These are articles that came out. Artemis astronauts receive a warning that farting too much could set the spacecraft on fire. So they're talking about mainstream media. It's talking about farts are deadly on the spacecraft? Are these 13-year-old boys making jokes, right? How farts could endanger them. Again, they're mocking us. Last question. You ever been on a yacht?
Hold on, Flat Earth Dave, but
Good.
you know the cow farts are what's causing global warming.
Of course.
You've read all those, right? I mean, Bill Gates said that the farting cows is what's causing global warming.
You know what? I can understand how the elite look down on people and call them useless eaters, because if you believe the nonsense they put out there, I can see how they would just disrespect us and write us off as dumb animals, because you're not much smarter than a dumb animal. $11,700,000 yacht. That's a friggin' great price. This yacht probably has 6 bathrooms with showers in it. It's absolutely amazing, right? Beautiful. This house, $19 million. I think that yacht's more expensive than the house, but with the property and the view, $19 million. This is the actual toilet that's on the Artemis fake rocket. $23 million. Okay, 23 million. Now, let me just tell you how this thing works, right? This top latch, the ring, pops up like your kitchen garbage can. Then you take a plastic liner like a kitchen garbage bag and you wrap it around the lip, and then you snap it back down. Then suction comes on. Now, suction isn't going to be able to suck because there's a bag. Like if you put a bag over the nozzle of your vacuum and held it, it's going to suck in and it's going to stop sucking. So now you have just this bag that's run down. You drop your business in here. Then you open up the top and you pull the drawstring like a kitchen garbage bag. And then they give you a stick. It's a poop pusher stick. And you push it down into the receptacle. This is because there's no gravity to bring it down. This is $23 million. And it doesn't come with the wood paneling. It's just the toilet. Okay. They're mocking us. And if we don't pay attention and we allow them to keep doing this, they're going to keep doing it.
We got to wake up. We got to wake up, Waco. And I say that being we're in April right now, and April 19th is the 33rd anniversary of the murder of 86 men, women, and 26 children that happened right there in Waco, Texas. And this is their end game. They're wanting us to fight against each other. They wanted us to be divided because you're a flat earther, you're a globe-tard, you're Jewish, I'm Catholic, you're black, I'm white. I mean, they want a civil war because they weren't able to kill us with their fake pandemic. So the next way to kill us is to have us kill each other. Any thoughts on that, brother?
Yeah, we're in a spiritual war, Christopher. They want us fighting. They feed off of our loose energy. Whether you're globe or flat, they don't care. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, they don't care. Whatever, you like the Giants versus the Patriots. You like whatever. They want us fighting. They want us literally expending this energy, spilling out that loose energy because they're demons and they need it to survive. So they're actually farmers. They're farming us for this energy. And if you don't give it to them, if you do not give them that fear energy and just express love, they'll leave you alone because they're efficient farmers. They don't want you unless you feed them. They'll ignore you. They don't care about the minutia of the arguments. They just want everybody fighting, and they need this energy to survive, and they can only get it from us. So, whether you're a truther or not, if you're expending fear constantly, that's what they love. They love it because you're absolutely feeding them. So the bottom line is, hey, the world is crazy. Make sure you have enough non-GMO popcorn and a comfy pair of socks so you can watch it in comfort because it's going to be amazing. But it's our job to help others see through this, because I'd say 2026 and 2027 are going to be 2 years to absolutely remember. And people are going to go through it in different ways. If you're awake and aware and understand your position in this, you're going to get through it. But if you are completely blind to it, you're not going to get through it. You're not. A lot of stuff is going to happen.
Brother, before we go off of Flat Earth and go into the Charlie Kirk situation and Erica Kirk, do you have that video, that famous video of where they're trying to close the aircraft and that floppy thing that's going all around? Do you have that video?
I think so.
Because That's one of the most priceless videos I've ever seen, where they actually put this on TV and showed us of them closing, that they had done a walk and they were coming back into the spaceship. And like the balloon, and what brought this up was when you were showing the spacecraft where it looked like a balloon. And I was like, oh my gosh, they can't be this ridiculous. But they really believe that we're this unintelligent that we'll believe anything they say. Can you find that video?
I'm looking for it while you're talking. I do have it somewhere. I call it the floppy door.
That one is so priceless. And this was aired live, was it not?
Oh yeah, it was. Well, it's supposedly live. You know, when they show us stuff, I think it's all pre-recorded. But again, I think it's done on purpose. I think it's done on purpose.
Because that door that you were talking about, that toilet costing what it did, that door had to have been a $50 million door. And it's just bat crazy that people will believe this. But again, most people don't want to challenge things. I mean, I didn't want to challenge the V's, as we talked about. You know, I wanted to believe that they were safe and effective my entire life. I was told that they cured polio. And then when I was forced to go down that rabbit hole because of my twins, and I asked my medical doctor, are there any studies to show that this new schedule of 72 V's before they're 18 years of age is safe and effective? And he said there were over 10,000 studies. And I said, great, can I see one? And he said, right now. And I said, yes. And he said, well, nobody's ever asked me that. But he said there were 10,000 studies. And I come back and he finally tells me, Christopher, there's not one. But they have to be safe and effective. You know, the CDC and the FDA and the AMA said so. No. Test and prove all things. Don't trust me. Don't trust Flat Earth Dave. Don't trust President Trump or Robert Kennedy Jr. Go do your own research. Now, show that video right there.
There it is.
This is priceless here.
This is the airtight door. It looks like it has some staining on it. This is all done underwater, I think. And what is it? People are like, oh, that's just the sun cover, you know, or the whatever. Where's the door? Where's the metal submarine door that should be connected to that? And why does the ISS have all of its stuff on the outside? You know, a submarine has all of its equipment on the inside. Why isn't it on the inside? Why do they go out to do spacewalks? And if you ever watch a spacewalk, they have like a big power drill or a wrench, and they're out there for 8 hours to tighten one bolt. And that's going to fix whatever the issue is. And they can't even do it. They can't even do it. It's so bad.
This right here is so priceless to sit there and watch that if you believe we've been out into outer space and been to the moon, you're sad. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. And then when it was when they were landing the other day, now this to the first glance looks like a rocket going up, but this is the spaceship coming in. Now, no one films the rocket burning up. You know, it burns up for like 5 minutes. They can't talk to the crew or whatever for whatever it is because of the heat shield. This is a simulation. It says simulation. Why are they showing it to us upside down? This is the capsule right here. It's going that way, down towards Earth. Why are they showing the simulation upside down? Because they want to keep you off balance and confused. I watch this all the time. I'm like, wait a minute, they're rocketing towards Earth? And I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's the spaceship coming in. This is the heat shield, and the air is so hot, it's burning up. Like, how come the parachutes, which are right inside of here, didn't melt?
And burn up.
Yeah, it's so dumb, right? People are like, well, there's something fell in the ocean. Who saw it fall, right? And what's to say they didn't just do this? What's to say they didn't just do that? This is them actually practicing, dropping, you know, they were practicing to see how it would hit the ground and test out the parachutes, right? It's absolutely incredible what people will believe.
Well, what was absolutely incredible to believe is what happened to Charlie Kirk. And we've got to go down that rabbit hole. You know, we came out and broke one of the first videos down right after it happened. You didn't want to do that video, and I kept begging you to go on air. We had to put this out there. and you did, and I so appreciate you doing that. Because of that, now I believe Candace Owens, Alex Jones, Stu Peters, all these other guys, the whatchamacallit twins, they're looking at this because this whole thing makes no sense whatsoever. It all looks like, even Joe Rogan was talking about Erica Kirk being Charlie's handler. The whole thing about the child trafficking. Do you remember what you told me about all that? What happened with her and the child trafficking?
Yeah, I mean, she had this baby adoption thing in what country was it? Albania, and
Yes.
The person that she worked with was some guy connected to the military. I forget at this point, and he was connected with child trafficking and while they were there, all of these kids went missing. She was eventually thrown out of Albania. So the problem with this story is most people are good people, and you can't even fathom the amount of evil that this could be. They can't even imagine a pretty girl like Erica being a child trafficker. They can't imagine what the elite do to babies. They can't imagine any of the stuff, and therefore they can't see it because they can't. They're just refusing to look. Their psyche, their inner psyche will not let them see it because it's too painful to their soul.
Again, these ruling elite murder these children and they drink their blood. This, as adrenochrome, they do this. It's very well documented. I know you don't want to believe it out there. I know I didn't want to believe it. I still don't want to believe it. But this is what they do, brother.
Yeah. Try to find videos on I think it's called the Hempstead kids, those two little blonde kids that spoke out, and they told about all of this crazy stuff that goes on in their church ceremonies where they sacrifice infants and peel off their skin and play with it's insane what's going on, and people just don't want to believe it. They're like, oh, those kids, it was turned out those kids were making it all up. Kids don't make up stories like that. So the whole Charlie Kirk thing, there's a lot of people, a lot of good people out there that are saying that the official story is bullshit. Yeah, the official story is bullshit. I take it a little farther, and there's a growing number of us that say Charlie Kirk is not dead.
Okay, say that one more time.
Charlie Kirk was in on it as much as his wife and his fake kids and everything else. There's no video of Charlie Kirk playing with his kids. There's no video of Erica pregnant. There's no interaction with him and his kids. There's 3 or 4 videos that are just the creepiest things ever with Charlie playing with his kids. You never see their faces, because they're private, but he takes them around everywhere and makes sure he gets a picture of the back of their head to share publicly, but they're very private, right? Erica's like, we're private, but then she puts on her Instagram her slobbering over his dead hand in the casket, which was the wrong size hand, and with the Masonic rings and everything. If you take the time and look at the facts, you'll see that Charlie Kirk was in on this thing. Oh, but Israel did it. Israel blew him up. Supposedly he tweeted a text the night before, I think they're going to kill me, right? Then the next day, now, Christopher, you're wearing a microphone clipped to your chest. Charlie had a little magnetic one called the lavalier microphone. It was thinner and lighter than yours, right? And so he wears that on all of his speeches that he does. But on that day, they swapped it out with a bomb. Okay? They swapped it out with a bomb. And he didn't notice, right? The thing weighs a fraction of an ounce. And they swapped it out with a bomb and didn't notice. And then there's some people out there, I'm not going to mention their names, they say, oh, it exploded. And instead of blowing a hole in his T-shirt, it blew a hole in his chest and traveled up and came out his neck, right? There's some big podcasters that are stupid, hint, that believe that. That's what they're going with. So again, that's because they hate the Jays, the small hats, right? And Rightly so. Don't get me wrong there. There's a lot of fucking evil shit that's going on with the small hats, and I don't approve of any of it. The amount of small hats that are in our government, dual citizenship, it's all friggin' bad. But that's just a storyline in the Charlie Kirk situation. They literally, AI writes this story. There's no human that's writing this story. They're like, oh, do this, have this clue, have that, have these stories. I mean, it's all nonsense. It's to get us upset, get us fighting, because they want that loose energy. They want us fighting over this. They don't, oh, you think the Charlie Kirk thing was fake? He's dead. He's not dead. Those people are fighting, creating more loose energy. Oh, it was real. It wasn't real. Those people are fighting, creating more loose energy. This is literally a spiritual war. But when you look at the evidence, there is no doubt in my mind that he's still alive. And you saw the thing with the stupid kid that supposedly, the impossible shooter. There's no video of him taking the shot, but there's a video of him running across the roof and his shadow disappears. Remember that? His shadow disappears when he's so, and then he's got the rifle. He takes it apart. He puts it back together. He leaves it in this weird, right? It's so convoluted. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then there's all sorts of videos. But if you look at all of his security staff and the people in the audience, there was somebody that did a, FBI has color of the day, color of the, whenever they're doing an event or an operation, they have a specific color for that operation. And he found, I forget the number, a large number of covert operations where they talk about the color of the day. And on the day Charlie Kirk there was an operation going on, but the color is the only one, and in that one was the only one that was redacted. We can't find out what it is. But we see all of these military-looking guys all wearing the same, I think it was a purple or a lavender, I forget, in the crowd, in weird positions. So people are like, well, what about the people there? There was witnesses. People there didn't see shit. The first, let's say just 30 feet of people, all crisis actors. So no kids are getting close to them 30 feet away. Christopher, do you think from 30 feet away, you hear a bang, a fake thing happens, and then Charlie falls off his chair a second later? What did you see? You saw nothing. You're processing it. Everyone's like, run, there's a shooter. Now you're running. What are you doing while you're running? You're looking at your phone and watching what they're showing us on X, on Facebook, and they're showing us. So the people there saw the same thing that we saw.
And brother, I'm glad you bring that up about the running after everything, the shot happened, because they finally got that right. Because in the President Trump assassination, nobody moved. And I'm still looking for anybody out there that was at that assassination attempt on President Trump's life. I would still love to interview you, because that whole thing drives me crazy. Everybody was just sitting there and they were looking.
Yeah. So nobody's doing that. We had some people that lived there that tried to go in, and they couldn't get in. And it was a 2-day event. The first day, no one was allowed in. Well, that's the day before. And then when they got in, they were so far back that they could barely see anything. But he had his P1000 with him, and he took some pictures that are very revealing. That flag wasn't where they showed it in the picture. There was so much wrong. But so you have two bleachers of people. You have a field of people. So the thing happens, nobody runs. Then it's over.
So now you're talking about President Trump's assassination.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry. That's what we're talking about. So nobody runs. So then they take him away. It's over. And everyone pretty much would mill out of there pretty damn fast, right? So one bleacher emptied out. The field completely emptied out. And then the camera pans across, and the main stage behind the podium, everyone's still standing there holding their signs, talking, kind of like it's still going on. Nobody is like, when do we get out of here? Everyone's just standing there like they're looking to shoot some B-roll or something. They're like, everybody don't move. It's a set. People with their hatred for whatever group of people they're hating, they set us up where you're like, oh, they definitely did it. When the truth is, they're all in on it. And then you saw the Tyler kid, the picture they showed of him in his bedroom with the map on his computer screen, Valhalla, right? They're throwing clues out there. They're like, look, They're not allowed to put a bear trap in the woods buried in leaves without telling you there's a bear trap in the woods. It's called revelation of the method. They can't break our free will. So they're telling us, and it's not hard to see. But if you don't want to see, if you don't have eyes to see, then you're just going to go with it. And if you believe Charlie Kirk was killed that day, you're feeding the demons.
Okay, brother, let's go into that because I so appreciate Candace Owens doing her whole piece on this. I've watched every one of her episodes, and I love it how, Joe Rogan came after her, Alex Jones came after her, everybody was coming after her, and, she was the bad guy, and then now all that's turning. And one of the things I found very interesting in this is that Candace Owens, more than anybody, would have seen her kids and would be able to say that she knew those kids and that she had interaction with those kids, but she's never said anything about that whatsoever. The other thing that really bothered me with Candace is she actually was able to watch the video. Remember the guy that went up and grabbed the chip and pulled it out? She watched that video. She said this on air, and she said there was no blood there. And if she watched that video, she would have been able to show us that video and let us see that video so that you would see that trap door opening up and him leaving. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that that whole video thing was, again, another truth or trap because it didn't really prove anything. But there's people like Candace and most of the big podcasters out there that will not touch the fakery of this. Like the chair. You saw the chair that went through the table, right?
Over and over again.
Yeah. So none of them will address the chair. None of them will address the chair, right? Because there's people in Hollywood that said this is called a real-time rotoscoping over AI overlay. They can do incredible stuff in real time. So what we saw on TV wasn't real. Like going back to Artemis for a second, the pre-launch when the astronauts walked out, there's people filming them, reporters there, and you look at their phones, they've got 4 astronauts in bright orange jumpsuits, and there's no one on they're facing it right at them, and there's no image on their phone. There's a completely different image. So they're not even showing us, I'm like, why couldn't they just fake that? They have the 4 actors come out. They have people filming them. Okay. But no, that's even fake. They're not even in the same room. Everything's fake.
Can you, while we're talking, can you pull up that video that had Candace Owens there where she was, I think it was Howie Mandel, and they had the hologram and she didn't know that it was a hologram. Do you have that video right there?
Let me look for it, see if I have it.
Because I think that's so priceless, and Candace hasn't bothered to talk about that at all, and this, and there's no reason why she can't, because again, she's not saying it's real, just like you're not saying it's real. I'm not saying it's real, but I'm asking the question on why did that chair go through there, and why did they cover up that scene? Why was there a trap door there? And is this possible, even probable? And I believe it very likely is. And she hasn't brought that up at all. Go ahead.
Let me show you this. Wherever that guy's pointing, this is Charlie, and if you look, you can see through his arm. You see the rail through his arm. You can see all of them through his arm. So what are we looking at here? This is some sort of hologram. There's incredible hologram technology out there. And now, but I don't think the people there saw the same thing that we saw. They saw a guy, a Charlie Kirk. Which Charlie Kirk is it? There's multiple Charlie Kirks, and they saw something.
Do you not have that video where she was?
I'm looking for it.
Okay, well, while we're looking for that, I want to go into the whole thing about her connections with the CIA, where she did that video for her mom that she played in, where they actually had the head of the CIA play in that video. What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
I'm not sure exactly which video you're talking about. Have you seen all the connections with her and her husband? The connections between her and her husband. There's I'm spacing on the
You're talking about Erica Kirk's father or stepfather.
Erica Kirk and her husband. No, I'm sorry. I was talking about Candace Owens and her husband.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about Candace Owens. No, I haven't heard anything about that. What about Candace Owens?
I'll link the video in the description, but there's some serious questions on how they got together. Like, she met her husband out of nowhere and they were married like 3 weeks later. And his connections to some very bad elite are incredible. I'd love to think that Candace Owens is not in on it, but she could be one of the deepest state agents that we've ever come across. What's the name of the channel? The channel's name is something Grace. It's incredible. I will link it below this video, and you got to watch it. You got to watch it with an open mind, just like the guy reports. Everything is documented, and then make up your own mind, on what her story is, because it's not adding up.
Yeah, please send that to me, and I would love to have you come back on here and let's do a whole breakdown of that, because the information she's getting is very interesting, and how she has all these contacts. And again, I love the information she's put out there. I love the information Alex Jones has put out there. I love the information that Joe Rogan's put out there. But I trust no man, brother. I'm sorry. That's just who I am. I trust no man because I know men is evil, and they'll do almost anything for money. So here's that video right there. Go back to that.
It just quit. Hold on. Let me reopen it. There it is. Share. There we go. Whoa. Did I lose you?
No, we're here.
Oh, you're there. Okay. Beautiful. There it is. So she goes in. So she's in it now.
Because she had no clue that Howie was not real.
Yeah, and then they also can get Howie to speak in Japanese or whatever. It's not even just him. They can it literally becomes the AI, and you can get it to do anything you can get AI to do, and it looks real right in front of you. And I think there's way better technology than this. Way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
This is just what they're showing us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now go back. What I was talking about was the connections that Erica Kirk has with the CIA. I didn't know anything about the connections with Candace Owens, and I'll have to do a deep dive, and I encourage everybody out there to do a deep dive on that. And you're going to share that video in the links. But there's that video. She did a movie with her mom, and they had the director of the CIA in that little movie. Do you remember anything about that?
I do not know that one. Tell me.
Again, I can't remember the whole gist of it, but she played a movie. And in that movie, they're talking about how all these frequencies and all these new technology, we got to do things to resist from this. And they had the director, I think it was the director of the CIA, was actually in the movie. And you're not able, who just calls up the director of the CIA and gets them to come star in a movie? That just doesn't happen, does it?
No, it doesn't. But the channel's name that I was talking about is Mind Unveiled. Follow that guy. He's on YouTube, and it's called The Bride of Farmer. Just watch it. I just put the link in the chat for you. Save that so when you post the video, you can put it underneath there, and it will blow your mind. Like I didn't want to watch it because I'm like, what could this be? It is worth your time. Mind Unveiled, The Bride of Farmer. And this guy is probably one of the most fairest investigators out there, and probably one of the best.
And this breaks down Candace Owens and her history.
It breaks down her history, and there's more red flags than I don't want to throw. I was going to name like a bunch of big podcasters that are suspect. If you add them all together, there's more red flags than this.
Well, what are your thoughts about that? Because understanding how these satanic Luciferians work, and understanding and having the advanced technology to see that everybody was moving away from CNN and Fox and ABC, it would make perfect sense for them to put these other people in power to then gain our trust, because if these people got fired from those organizations, they've got to be trustworthy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, look at this. Joe Rogan was rising to popularity really fast, and he used to be the poster boy for. His famous quote is, "There's no way you'll ever convince me we went to the moon," and he was taking it apart like nobody else. Like, so well done, amazing, fantastic job, Joe. Then he went on a little vacation. His first interview was Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil was bringing up, it would be harder to fake the moon landing than to actually, go. And Joe's like, you know what? Maybe the moon landing was real. And he got a $200 million contract right after that. Joe's got a $200 million contract. He got a ridiculous contract, and he flipped on the moon landing. Now,
hold on, stop.
Oh.
That happened right after his interview with Tyson.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. He got a series called Joe Rogan Investigates Everything. One of the first things he investigated was chemtrails, and he decided that those are not real. They're just contrails, right? I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell is going on here? And so Joe Rogan didn't get to where he gotten to by being completely honest. Now, Joe Rogan puts out a lot of good information. Joe Rogan, I'll give it to him, but he's a gatekeeper when it comes to flat Earth. He's a gatekeeper when it comes to Charlie Kirk. He's a gatekeeper when it comes to a lot of things. But now, all of a sudden, he's flipped back. He's like, well, the moon landing is kind of looking a little suspect. And that's a lot. And I think the reason they want him to do that, everybody knows we didn't go to the moon. So him saying it isn't going to change everything.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so he's spilling, it's like Clinton had sex with Monica Lewinsky. That's not spilling, it's already spilt. Okay? So he's flipping back, which makes him more credible. I watch him with, I have a video of him. It goes, I'd lie to my mother if you tell me, about aliens or whatever. So Joe Rogan admits that he would sell out for money, and Joe Rogan has a lot of money. You figure it out.
Now, going back to the flat Earth part, you're talking about never going to the moon landing. Eddie Bravo, I did his show one time, and he was really big on flat Earth, and I haven't heard anything from him in a while. Have you talked to Eddie lately?
Yeah. Eddie is very big on flat Earth. He loves it, but he sees us out there doing our stuff. He'll comment on it. It's totally flat. He'll make fun of it, but he doesn't run with it because he's got his life. He's got his kids. He's got his businesses, and he's doing his things, and he is pushing out truth. But he's an MMA guy right now, right? Is it MMA or whatever fighting club he's in? And he's doing his thing, but he still, there's videos of his flying around every day. You see him. He's out there. So he's done a great job for waking people up. Here's the thing, Christopher, it's 2026. There's still grown men that believe Santa Claus is flying around the moon. It's incredible what's going on. And people with all the stuff going on in the world, now we got war, we got gas is at $7 a gallon. And it's just crazy. Why do you care about the shape of the earth? This is how we got in the first place. If you're spinning out of control, lost in space, you'll believe anything. You'll believe all these narratives that are going out there. But if you ground yourself and understand where you live, understand your true power, and stop feeding the demons, that's how we get our world back. And so this is the most important lie in our life because it's the one that keeps us slaves.
Go into that, brother, because this is how I come to flat Earth, and I think I wasn't an atheist, but weren't you an atheist at one time?
The atheist is not. I hate that word, and just my belief in before I understood that the Earth was flat it's pretty embarrassing. It's dumb. It's a dumb belief, right? Believing that there's no God is the biggest faith in the world. Is the biggest faith in the world. That's like your first day on Earth. Nobody's here. You're walking through the Amazon. All of a sudden, you come to the World Trade Towers, 110 stories high, and you say, "Well, there's no builder. It's just that came from a Big Bang." Right? There's no, but there's a builder. Now, figuring out who the builder is and your relationship with them, that's your own business. Right? And that's what my job is. My job is to bring people to the point where they can't deny creation, and that's through flat Earth. When you understand what flat Earth is, it's not a shape. It's that we're at the center of creation. It's scientifically proven. We don't need to do any more tests. They've all been done, right? We just need to get awareness out there, because if you Google, is the earth flat? You're going to get, no, it's not flat. If you Google top 10 flat earth proofs, you're going to get top 10 flat earth debunks, right? They're not going to feed you the information. Anybody listening to you, I would assume that most of your audience at this point understands that we don't live on a spinning wet rock in a space vacuum, right? But if you don't, I offer 3 Bitcoins for 1 globe proof. But here's what you got to do. You can either, if you have my app, just watch the daily video every day for 2 weeks, or just go to my website, flatearthdave.com. Very easy, flatearthdave.com. Scroll down a little bit, you'll see a big banner. It says Crash Course. There are a bunch of documentaries and videos in a YouTube playlist that Google is hiding from you. You will never come across one of these movies on your own, even if you're looking for it. You have to be linked to it because they're hidden. If you watch the first 3 or 4 or 5 videos, you too will know for a fact that you don't live on a globe, and it will connect you back to your true power. And that's what this is all about. This is about removing fear, restoring love, understanding that we live in an abundant world, understanding that the government are not our controllers. The only one above you is God. And we have total control of our destiny, unless, of course, we're living in fear and feeding the demons.
Love it, brother. The app, I love your app. How do people get that app again?
FlatEarthDave.com. The link is right there. It's for Android and Apple. I'm coming out with a website version soon that'll work on de-Googled phones or anything like that, because there's a trend going that way. Hopefully that's going to come out in the next month or 2. But Android and Apple right now, just careful. There's some glober anti-flat earthers out there that have made apps that'll steer you in the wrong direction. So just make sure it's by Blue Water Bay. But the easiest way, go to flatearthdave.com, big banner at the top, click it. It's $3 one-time fee, and you get it forever. But there are some features on it, like the matchmaker, or the meetup maker, or video calls and stuff. You need a subscription, and the subscription is $11 a year, Christopher. $11 a year. When you'll see globers out there, flat earth is over, it's dying. Does this look like flat earth is dying? This is the United States. These are people that are using the friend finder on my app, right? This is growing. We got 232,000 on there. Here's the UK, right? And this represents a fraction of 1% of the flat earthers in the world, right? This is a fraction of 1%. And, people are meeting like-minded people. I even added a jobs board on here, right? So now, you flat earthers, how good luck getting a job. We don't want to work with you. We want to hire flat earthers, and we want to work for flat earthers. So now we have job postings on there, and a bunch have come and gone already. People have gotten jobs, but there's great stuff on here. I'm actually interviewing, there's a family that has this natural farm, and they're looking to have people come live on their farm in their own cottage and become farmers in this community. And I think this is going to be the way of the future. So if you're looking to restart your life, check that out on the jobs board on the app. So there's so much to learn, and this world is an amazing place. And as I said earlier, make sure you have enough non-GMO popcorn, because it's going to be a hell of a show.
And before we close everything out, say it again. You believe that Charlie Kirk is still alive?
I do. And if you look at the evidence, it is undeniable. If you want to see the interview that Christopher and I did, and I've done several other interviews with Marty Leeds and others, you can find them all at stoplookthink.com. Scroll down, you'll see a Charlie Kirk banner. Click that, watch those videos. Make up your own mind. Don't believe anything Christopher and I say. Just do your own research. We've organized it for you so you can see it. And then don't let your ego, don't let your programming guide you. Look at the evidence. Use your God-given common sense.
Hey, brother, I so appreciate you coming on here. Thank you so very much. And again, before we close it out, test and prove all things. My whole big mission since I started this 27 years ago, exposing the truth about the V, about what they're putting in the water, the food, the air, the supplements, the frequencies, is they're poisoning you. Their end game is in place, and They want you dead. And as I said earlier, it was written in stone at the Georgia Guidestones. I was one of the last people to be there in Georgia on July 5th before they crumbled to the ground. And you can't go preach God's word if you don't take care of this temple. Okay, it's so important for you to take care of the temple. This is why they're putting these nanobots, the nanodots, the mercury, the aluminum, the snake venom, the graphene oxide, the GMO, all these toxic chemicals in your water, in your food, in your air. So how do you prevent that? How do you take back your temple? I believe there's very simple solutions. I said earlier, I'm not a medical doctor. I would never practice medicine without a license. I believe the body is electric. I believe there is no cancer. There is no COVID. There is no measles. There is no mumps. All there is lack of cell-to-cell communication. When the cells quit communicating with each other, it causes inflammation. Big Pharma has given that inflammation many names like cancer, COVID, measles, mumps. All you have to do is make the cells communicate again. Well, how do you do that, Christopher? The easiest way is these little chips right here that got me fined hundreds of millions of dollars 11 years ago, just got me fined another $6 million 3 years ago. If you have any pain anywhere in your body, you take this little chip, put it where the pain is. If you got shoulder pain, put one where the pain is. Take two others, put above a blow. Instantaneously, the pain is greatly decreased, if not gone. I ship these anywhere in the world for free, except the state of Alabama. If you live in Alabama, I can't ship to you. If you want to take these and put on the back of your cell phone, your laptop, any electronic device, this will help you deal with the bad frequencies better. They're about to really crank up this 5G, these frequencies, and it's so important for you to have this technology, and we don't sell them. All we do is give them away, and the easiest way to get them is to text me your name, address, and email to 561-329-8434. That's 561-329-8434, or you can go to knn.world or christiskey.life. Give me your name, address, and email. We'll ship them anywhere in the world. This will make the cells communicate again, and then you have to get rid of the toxins. And as we talked about earlier, Masterpiece is a miracle. Pray for Dr. Robert Young. 200 peer-reviewed published papers proving the nanobots, the nanodots, the mercury, the aluminum, the snake venom, the graphene oxide, even making the IP addresses disconnect. There's a video coming out with David Icke and Matthew showing that those people that did not even take the vaccine, they did not take the nasal swab, they're registered with IP addresses. You may have an IP address in you. This will disconnect the IP address. And then the icing on the cake, the IGF-1 derived from the deer antler velvet, as we said earlier, they're killing the chickens because the chickens lay eggs. The eggs have what's called IGF-1, the building block for life. Don't believe me. Ask Judy Mikovits, ask Dr. Lee Merrick, ask any anti-aging doctor in the world. They will tell you if you want to stay young, if you want to slow down the aging process, you want to do synthetic HGH. Most people can't afford it. It's $2,000 to $4,000 a month. It's synthetic. You have to inject your subcutaneous fat. When you do that, your liver transfers it to what's called IGF-1, the building block for life. Dr. Latini has the deer farms in New Zealand. His deer, their antlers are the fastest growing substance on planet Earth. They grow an inch a day. And the reason why they grow so fast is a high concentration of IGF-1 found on the tip of the antlers. They've extracted it, put in a lipo delivery system that increases your IGF-1 levels by 60%. And if you go right now to getigf1.com, that's getigf1.com, enter coupon code what'd say the coupon code?
Flat Earth, no spaces.
Flat Earth, enter coupon code Flat Earth. And when you buy the Men's Edge, because you're a bunch of pansies now, you've been feminized by design by all the toxic chemicals in the water, the food. This product right here increases your test levels by 40%. You buy this product, and Dr. Latini is going to give you a free bottle of the 300,000 when you enter coupon code Flat Earth. And you women, we haven't forgotten about you. A product specifically for you. You buy the women's only product, and you also get that free bottle of the 300,000. Me and Flat Earth Dave used the 600,000. We just came out with the 1 million nanogram, and you can go get that right now at getigf1.com. Just give us coupon code Flat Earth. Please check out what we do. We're not funded by Big Pharma, Big Ag, Big Government. We're funded by you, the people. This is how we support what we do. These chips are amazing. Please text me your name, address, and email to 561-329-8434. Anything you want to say in closing, Flat Earth Dave?
That's it. I own the there are a lot of people ask me to talk about their products and stuff. I only talk about stuff that I've done myself for an extended period of time that I like. And it took you a while to get me to put this on here. Again, with the Masterpiece also, they contacted me early. And I'm like, I don't know. I need to see proof. And it was quite a while before I, saw the proof and then tested it myself for some time. So, any people like, oh, you're just grifting. No, I'm not. I couldn't care less. I just want people to be healthy and happy like I am, and and see this world for what it is. Take our power back. Why do I do this, Christopher? Same reason that you do. I want a better life for my kids and for me.
But brother, tell me this: how is it that people call us gifters or
Grifters? Yeah.
Because again, Fox News, CBS, ABC, they're funded by Big Pharma. How is it that they can call us out because we have products that we take ourselves, that we utilize, and yes, we make a couple bucks off of this, but this is how we fund the operation. So why are we bad people because we have products that we trust and we take ourselves, where all these reporters on CNN, Fox, ABC, they don't utilize those products.
No. They get paid for their advertisements, right? For just hosting the advertisements. So, these products don't advertise themselves. Like the entire marketing plan of Masterpiece is referrals, like through us. So they don't pay ad agencies. They don't place ads or anything. They just have people talk about it, and that's it. It's something I'll never stop taking either one of these products. So that's just me. Do what you want. I don't give any medical advice.
Again, we're not medical doctors. We do not practice medicine without a license. Again, guys, before we close this out, understand the power that each and every one of you individually has, where you can take the information you've learned today with me and Flat Earth Dave and share it with one person. One will turn to two, two will turn to four. Before you know it, 7 billion people around the world will finally realize the satanic Luciferian mass eugenics that is happening right here, right now. Again, I tell everybody, my grandson, I do what I do very simply for my grandson, because my grandson has no future if we don't stand up to this tyranny right here, right now. My grandson will never be able to look at me and say, Peepaw. He'll call me Peepaw. Peepaw, why didn't you stand up? Why didn't you speak up? Why didn't you speak out? I'm doing my part, and I got a lot more to do, and God through me will get it done. But my question to you that is listening, are you doing your part? You may not want to be in the front lines like me and Flat Earth Dave. You may not want to have everything taken from you, put in jail like I've been, and I understand that. But from your keyboard right now, please share this information. If you comment on this information, if you like this information, this is how we get around the algorithms. This is how we get around the AI, because they don't want you to hear this information, and we need your help. What are your thoughts before we close it out, brother?
I totally agree, Christopher. Everybody can do something. It doesn't matter if you're public or not. Just speak up, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to strangers, leave, cards, get some cards printed and leave them places just to plant seeds, and then the seeds will grow. If you have people that don't believe the stuff you say, just throw questions at them. It's easy. Like, oh, you believe the earth is flat? I'm like, you believe it's a globe? Do you have any proof of that? Do you have any proof of axial rotation, proof of curvature? And then you'll just walk away. Now, and just also remember, there's people in this world that are not meant to wake up, and you can easily spot them. They're NPCs, and that's their journey. Don't hate them. Send them some love and move on to somebody else that's willing to hear the information and make use of it. And then they'll talk to somebody else. And, if I stop doing what I did today, there's still so many people that I've woken up that are going to wake up people. It's an endless ripple. It's a tsunami. I've created a tsunami of people waking up, and there's no stopping it right now. The only way they could stop it is literally if they unplug the world. And I don't know if they can do that. Maybe they can. We'll see.
Well, they're wanting to put their new internet in place and pull the plug so that, the only thing that will be on their new internet is the information that is approved by them. But that's a whole nother show and a whole nother story.
Yep.
But I believe, my personal opinion, the most important conspiracy theorist out there, or theory out there, is the flat earth, because this shows you that there is a God, that we're not on this little ball with all these billions and billions of stars and planets, and there's nothing else out there. It's just us. What are your thoughts on that, brother?
Absolutely, 100%. That's why I created the Crash Course. There's a lot of people out there that'll talk about flat earth, and then they'll go research it, and people will Google And that's it. Then those people are lost. They get all the anti-flat earth stuff. They're like, oh, these guys are crazy. These guys are religious nuts. None of that is true. We're going to get gaslit and strawmanned and just fed the absolute garbage. Go to my website, flatearthdave.com. Go to the crash course. Watch those videos. You're on board. That's it. That's the end of it. And once you'll start seeing all the other things. You'll become healthier. You'll become clearer-minded. You'll lose your fear. You'll be able to help others. You'll be grounded, and you can take back your power. That's it.
Love you, brother. God bless everybody. My direct sale, again, for the pain and energy chips, 561-329-8434. Get IGF1.com. Use coupon code FlatEarth. And then, again, everything at ChristIsKey.life. I'm Christopher Key, ChristIsKey.life, and knn.world. Love you guys. God bless.
Yeah.
Remember when the Flat Earth Awakening first began, and the Globe Defenders would laugh and say, "Good luck finding a job. Nobody will hire a flat earther." But something incredible happened. People started trusting their own eyes, their own senses, and their own ability to think. Millions began questioning the narrative. Millions began waking up. And now many of us realize something important. We don't just want to just know some critical thinkers. We want to work with them too. So we created something new. Introducing the jobs board on the Flat Earth Clock app. A place where critical thinkers can hire and be hired by other critical thinkers. Right now, there are only a handful of jobs listed by awake people getting things started. But watch it grow throughout the year. You might find the perfect employee or the perfect job. The future is being built by people who think for themselves. Are you a blue dot? Parasites and pathogens only thrive in a body that's acidic, low in oxygen, inflamed and electrically disorganized. In that terrain, blood thickens, cells lose potential, and the immune system becomes overburdened, opening the door to disease. The plasma geo shifts this completely. By surrounding the body with a coherent, negatively charged electromagnetic field, it restores cellular resonance and balance. When the body interacts with this field, water and proteins reorganize, restoring membrane potential. Blood thins, microcirculation improves, and oxygen delivery rises. Inflammation decreases, and pH returns to its natural alkaline range. In this environment, parasites can't survive. The terrain no longer supports them. But here's the key. It's not the device that kills them. It's the body itself. Once bioelectric coherence is restored, the body's own intelligence recognizes what doesn't belong and eliminates it. So if someone asks, does the plasma geo kill parasites? The most accurate answer is, it doesn't kill them directly. It gives the body back its ability to heal itself. By restoring balance and order, the body regains control and health returns naturally.